In that confusion, wondering what just happened about my car and my license, wondering what I have to do next, I remembered what they told us back in Kenya: ask for help. But asking for help was not natural for me. I had lived my whole life surviving alone. Still, I told myself, trust people, let them help you. So, while I was still confused and wondering what to do next, my car is gone, my license gone, I accepted my roommate's suggestion. She and her co-worker come to me and say, let us help you, my friend. My co-worker will be your translator. On the day of your appointment at the Edmonton Police Service Impound Road, he can go with you. I didn't even know what the Edmonton Police Service Impound Road was or where it was located, but my roommate friend, her co-worker, knew the place, so I trusted them. I thought finally someone who understood my situation could help me fix this problem. My question at that time was simple and sincere. Why did they take my car? Why did they take my license? I truly didn't understand what I had done wrong or how to fix it. I only wanted to know what I needed to do to get my car back. So I said yes. On the day of my appointment, I turned to my roommate and her co-worker for the help. But instead of helping me, they took advantage of my vulnerability. My first car was the symbol of my freedom, my independence, the first thing I had worked for and honored in this new country. These were the first people I trusted and asked for help in Canada. They betrayed that trust deeply. The lack of information, the language barrier, my innocence mistake, my hunger for independence, and my desperate need for support, all of it led me into a crisis. And that crisis became the second great wound of my life. The first wound was my mother's rejection and abandonment. And now this. I had just begun to trust. I had just begun to open my heart, to come out of my years of isolation and loneliness. I had just started believing that maybe people could be different here, that maybe I could belong somewhere. But that trust was destroyed. I felt myself being pulled back into my old world, the world where trusting people brings pain, where asking for help makes you vulnerable, where the safest place is alone. I regretted my mistakes. I regretted trusting them. I regretted opening my heart. It felt like falling into deep darkness again, the same darkness I had lived into for many years before coming to Canada. The hope I had built so carefully corrupted in a moment. Yet inside that pain, a blessing was born. In aftermath of the betrayal, I discovered I was going to become a mother. At first, it felt overwhelming, confusing, frightening in my mind. I thought it was more evidence that I was cursed, that nothing good could ever happen to me. But as time passed, my understanding changed. A life was growing inside of me, a life that was innocent, a life that belonged to me, a life that would become my greatest blessing. I cried to God and I took all responsibility for the result of my action. Then I said, God, I didn't deserve your mercy because I had brought shame upon myself. I was in that terrible place because of my ignorance. I refused to be careful. Now I'm in trouble. Please forgive me. In my mind, everything that happened was my fault. I should have been smarter. I should have been more careful. I should have known better than to trust anyone. I should have protected myself better. My mother was right. I was born as a mistake. I was cursed. I brought problem to myself wherever I went. I felt rejected not only by my mother, but by myself, and cursed not only by my mother, but by God himself. I blamed myself for everything. For every distance between me and God, I was ashamed to come into his presence. How could I? die after all he has done to save me. I felt dirty. How could I come to him now? Pregnant by people who hurt me, homelessness, kicked out of my own place, rejected by my community. I became angry at myself, angry at God's people. I felt like hell's door was opening to welcome me. All my life, the sacrifice of holiness I stood for. My hard work to stay away from anything that could bring separation between me and God's love. But that moment made everything feel worthless and meaningless. Then I said, God, why God? How can you let me drown and sink into this without any warning? This is how you pay me. This is how you do for those who serve you. You have shown me so much before it could happen, but this time I could not see anything. How can you let this happen to me? What has just happened to me? I was just being fully human before God. With my brokenness heart, I started to plan how to make my shame and pain disappear before anyone could notice. Before then, I used to search and wait for death to come to me, but this time I was going for it. It was real, was closer. But as I was thinking how my plan to end my life would go, I was reminded that I was holding someone else's life, choosing between me and the life in my womb. Neither was easy for me. Screaming was not enough for me that time. I will end it. I will end it all. That was my conclusion. At that moment, felt like a good option to end all of us, to end it all. But after that, a small voice in my heart whispered,